Alright, let's see why this is not working. Is that it? Wait, hold up. What is up, Gib Dog? How's it going? Gale Went's going. We're gonna change this. Oof.
Did I jump scare you?
Yeah, morning, Augustine.
You coward. You make
Yeah,
me
so I
sick.
thought I was healing
Your
this
weakness is
dungeon, but
pathetic.
to my surprise, I am not. That is a welcome surprise. Out of stock. What do you mean? Already got. Did I? I'll look at that in a second. If I did, that's kind of hilarious, but I didn't mean to. I think it's Sweet Vengeance that you would be out of stock. Okay, what am I missing? No, I'm missing something. Oh wait, duh. Starfall. There we go. All right. Now I will look at your use limit to see if I did do that, because I probably did. There shouldn't be. It says that there's 100 available per stream. I'll change it to 1,000 for fun, but that's weird. There
Did I
you
jump
go.
scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You make
The
me
only thing
sick.
is I am no
Your
longer
weakness
scared.
is pathetic.
Perfect. Alright. Who are we waiting on? Just one guy? Oops.
That's still recharging.
Oh, that's on healing.
I can't pass that. I need a target.
Nice. Alright, anyways. Gib Dog, Augustine, what are you guys up to this morning? I started off pretty strong on here. And decided that I was going to try to get into a dungeon. And I got in pretty quick because, well, I assumed it's because I queued as heals. But it turns out they needed DPS, so that was a win-win for me. Where did the Odyssey rank in Nolan movies for me? It was like... It was great. I definitely want to go see it again. I don't know. Like, I would say it was one of the best. It was up there. I feel like it was neck and neck with Interstellar for me. I didn't see Oppenheimer, so I need to add that to the list. But no, it was great. The stuff that I thought was going to take me out of the immersion did not so much. Before going to see the movie, I really did not like Agamemnon's armor because it looked like Batman. And I still wish it was a little more like ornate. Instead of like this super clean matte black like car shell, but character was awesome. The practical effects were awesome. The score was the best part. But no, I really enjoyed it. Augustine, you were right in saying that it was loud. There were like 2 or 3 moments where I like literally jumped and I felt like I was the only person in the theater that was just like flinching. I was a little embarrassed. I loved the pacing of the storytelling a lot. Where it was like, not spoiling anything, but it's like bits were collectively told by different people. And it wasn't just like straight through. Me jumping at loud noises? No, you probably know the scene. It's the one... I mean, how do I say stuff without spoiling it? I'm just gonna say it's the scene with the wife and the... I was like... You know what I'm talking about? I hope that was vague enough. And specific enough at the same time.
That's still recharging.
You don't think I have to worry about spoiling a couple thousand-year-old story? It's not too soon.
It's too far away. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
The one thing, because we read the Odyssey in school, the one part that did confuse me, and I meant to look this up, and I just now remembered that I forgot to. The island of, like, the knights. I don't remember that. I don't remember that being an encounter. So, is that bad memory, or is that, like, a for the movie thing? Because they went there and I was like, what the heck is this?
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
That was in the story?
That
Gosh.
spell isn't ready.
My memory is bad then.
Can't cast that yet.
It's pretty cool. Little dagger. Alright, that makes more sense. Yeah, because it felt like a more serious Knights Who Say Knee moment. We are now the Knights Who Say Eki 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 Patwal.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. Can't cast that yet.
Beautiful numbers everywhere.
That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
But no, I thought it was cool. Like, it felt like a modern version of the vibe when, like, Braveheart and Gladiator and Troy and those kind of epic movies were coming out. And I don't feel like there's been anything like that since the late 90s, early 2000s. So that was really cool, because I think I don't know if that's what he was going for, but he really captured that, in my opinion.
That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I'm out of range.
I've seen some memes of it. Well, yesterday, I guess. The one scene that was kind of kooky, but I also wouldn't change it, was the end when Robert Pattinson is like, Spears! Grab the sword! Grab the shield! It's like, very classic cheesy villain. And in saying that, I like that, but it's just like, wait, what?
I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
Oh, I haven't been casting. Guess I'm out of mana. You said that it was your favorite Christopher Nolan movie, though, right? Ooh, more people coming for sure. Still trying to figure that out. What would be, what's competing with it for you? I mean, a lot of great ones to choose from, but... Yeah, Dasher, I woke up early this morning and I was like, how can I screw over my friends today? Now I'm down to run it again, though. I queued up and they took me in. Also wanted to start a little early today because I'm probably hard stopping at 12 my time. Got a lot of stuff to do this afternoon.
I don't have a target.
You don't know how you feel about this. Don't worry. We'll run it again, you'll forget all about it. Dashra, did you see the Odyssey yet?
That spell isn't
The entrance, it's pretty close to Gadget's Inn
that's still recharging.
in Tenaris. Like if you're looking at Tenaris, it's right here. Gadget's Inn, Tenaris. You just follow the mountain west. The times are annoying for you, like it's too late or too early. Also, I don't know how it is for
Spell isn't ready yet.
you, Augustine, and you, Dashra, but we have an AMC here,
Cast that yet.
and I didn't even do the paid account, but I just made an account because it prompted me to if I wanted.
Recharging.
And my tickets were only $10. And I was like, whoa. I feel like I haven't seen a $10 movie ticket since like high school.
I don't have a target.
Because I guess there was a 50% off Tuesday, Wednesday thing. Wait, shoot, if it's like this every week, I need to go to the movies more.
I can't cast that yet. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't use that item. That's still charging. That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I can't cast that.
I mean, I think that's a good thing because nobody was going to the movies for a while. And I don't know, growing up, partially it's because, like, in my friend group, there were a lot of people that worked at the movies, so we would go to the movies, like, all the time. But we also were, like, low-key sneaking in. But attendance in general was still pretty good. And then it, like, died off. I guess with streaming and stuff. But there were, and there were a ton of people at the movies the other night, and not everybody was there to see the Odyssey. I don't even know what else was playing. Sneaking in, yeah. You gotta flex that rogue ability every once in a while. Especially when you're a teenager and you don't have any money.
That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I need to target something first.
Reporting this live stream to Twitch. Yes, for past sins. Ban me for 15-year-old crimes. I'm not condoning it now. You don't know what impressionable young people are watching this stream at the moment. Well, that's true. But, you know how I said my toxic trait the other day was apathy? What those young impressionable people choose to do with their time ain't my problem. Is the way I look at it. And I say that with all the love in my heart.
I need to target something first.
Disappointed!
Disappointed! I mean, you don't want me to lie to you, do you?
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Oof. Sorry, healer. I'm making your life miserable. Tank of Force, how's it going? Welcome. The hot topic of the morning, have you seen The Odyssey? There you go, there's your invite. Alright, everybody's buffed up, ready to go. Alright, continuing on with the movie conversation. Augustine, I think I've already asked you this, but this goes for anybody. Have y'all seen Project Hail Mary? I might have asked that the other day, I can't remember. It's been so long. Dude, it was so good. Started it. I watched it on my phone on the plane instead of at the theater, which I hate that I missed out on that experience. But my wife hasn't seen it, so we started it yesterday, and we'll probably finish it either today or Sunday. Ooh. Oh, it was me that leveled. Heck yeah. Those shoulders look so cool. Dashra, have you made the run to Daenerys yet? Not yet, waiting in Booty Bay for the boat. Sweet. Ooh. Now those are some nice gloves that I will definitely roll need on. Let's go. Alright, here goes the crazy aggro. Dual crits. How's it going?
Target something first. I don't have a target.
I don't know. The realm swapping. Oh, we were trying to figure out how to do some PvP. And the goal right now, we're just going to get 60 on these guys and see what happens, because I don't think, at least between Dasher and I, not really wanting to do retail. Dude! Thank you for the sub. That is awesome. We're getting premium gas today. Interrupted.
That's still recharging.
Did I
And the
jump scare
fear.
you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You make me sick.
Gonna be, go.
It's hype. No, that's the thing. Like, it wouldn't be, we wouldn't move Season of Discovery Realms, I don't think. We looked at the PvP ones just to see what the action was like. And yeah, I don't think it's lively enough. But, dang, I cannot get these runes on. This guy keeps pulling. That's fine. So it looked like the option for PvP was coming down to considering retail or Mop Classic, and that's kind of like, I don't really want to do either of those.
That's still recharging.
So we'll see what... Dashra also learned that the queues for SOD on Battlegrounds are cross-realm. So we'll just see what that dynamic looks like at 60 and so on and so forth. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about TBC as well. Because, like, for me, I'm not... Like, unranked TBC might be great. Because I'm definitely not going to be, like, a top player or anything like that. But I do want to do a little bit of PvP and have some fun. But I'm not going to, like... I'm not going to treat it like a sport and go crazy on it. Yeah, I feel like that description is kind of like all the game modes in WoW at the moment. Hang on, Augustine, what'd you ask? Would I rather be the smartest person in the world or the most charismatic? I would say the most charismatic, because that will get you further. And intellect without charisma, I mean, it's cool, I guess, to be smart, but it's like, what are you gonna do with that? Just be smart.
I don't have a target.
Charisma, you can, like, make friends, you can have access to things just by knowing people.
That's still recharging.
You'd still be yourself, though. I would still pick charisma over intellect. Because I think relationships
That's
and
charging.
I don't know. I see so many more pathways with charisma,
That smells.
and people are go way more further than just a good brain.
I need a target.
Oh, I need a lot more intellect too, but I just feel like that's a little too. It's a little less useful for my personality. Unless I'm like trying to change the world or something like that, maybe, but
It's too
But
far
I'm not.
away. I can't cast that yet. That's still be charging. That's still be charging. That smells.
Night Elf cannot be a mage until like Cataclysm, I think, is when they changed that.
I need to target.
If a Night Elf could be a mage, I'd be a mage. But I don't know, I did one change it up by picking Druid.
Let the executions begin.
Alright, dual crits, you said you'd go Intellect. Why would you go Intellect over Charisma?
Can't cast that yet. That smells.
Hey Zoe97, how's it going? You can hop in on this as well. Augustine asked the question earlier. Would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the most charismatic? I said charismatic. Just on like the idea of building relationships, and I feel like you can go further with that and have the most access. But Augustine and Dual Crits both picked Intellect. Charisma is defined by what others think of you rather than intelligence is more what I can do on my own. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And I don't even mean charisma to like impress people, but it's like if you are good enough with people, it's like, okay, that's more valuable than money, because on like a small scale, it's like, all right, if you have a good relationship with a farmer, then maybe you have like access to better food, or like if you're friends with people who do something cool or whatever, that's like free tickets, or like you get to see things that not everybody gets to see. And it's like, for me, I'm like, intellect, okay, like great, I'm smarter than everybody else, but nobody really cares about that. Yeah, charisma would be much more, it would be on the fun scale. I think it just depends on whatever you want. And for me, I guess I look at it as like, my wants would be the highest quality of life. Like I'm not competitive in the sense of I want to stand above people or anything like that. Not even saying that you're that way if you pick intelligence, like that might not be a thing at all. But I think charisma would allow me to do like more of what I want when I want, and that's like, that's the dream. And that sounds like really malicious, but I mean that in the least malicious way possible. because I also genuinely think that it's very fun to meet people and get to know different people, and charisma helps with that. If you're out there winning a Nobel Peace Prize for innovative inventions that save millions of lives, I'd rather be rewarded than having the best parties. Oh, don't hear me wrong. I am not a party guy at all. I like the one-on-one relationships, but I am a little selfish in the sense of like, if I was faced with, do I save millions of lives or do I provide for my family in terms of quality of life, like, I'd pick my family every time. Like, the millions of lives can wait. So I guess for me, I think you have very noble intentions. That's just not me. But the fact that you would like want to use your intellect to create something to save lives, I think that's really, really cool. But I'm with you on the sense of like a meaningful, like something meaningful to show rather than having like great parties. Like, nah, I don't want the great parties either. I don't want a party, period. You're a Christ follower and hope that you'd pick millions rather than my family, but can't know if you're not there. I understand that. I am as well. Dual crits, but not all of us are perfect. Oh man, I really messed up. Oh, let's go. The Diabolic Skyver. Whoa. I wish I could use that. Actually, I think druids can use polearms. Just not this druid. Because, ironically, this druid needs intellect. Druid, mage, shaman as night elves. Bro. Okay, yeah, mages, but if night elves could be shamans as well, that would go crazy. You played Druid in BFA and did not like it. That's fair, Zoe. I actually don't think I played my Druid in BFA. But there's a few leaks talking about Night Elf Shamans. Ooh. What spec did you play, Zoe? Don't remember, but you didn't like that you could never see your character because you're always in some animal form. That was my big issue with Druid for a while as well. And I've played Druid a bit, but I've never been a Druid main. However, I do love the fantasy and the vibe of balanced Druids. And when they came out with the translucent form instead of the Boomkin, that kind of sold me on it. And then I played balance a little bit more. And before that, I mainly played Resto just because you didn't have to be in a form whenever they made tree form non-obligatory. But they have that translucent form in Season of Discovery. I just haven't gotten it yet. And I need the Noggenfogger elixir to get it, which I just picked up the first quest to do that before stepping in this dungeon, because you have to be level, like, I think 44 to pick it up. So that is something that I'm going to work on today.
This desert be mine.
Can't cast that yet. That's still
The Sand Fury reigns supreme.
can't cast that yet.
Feel the fury of the sands.
That's balanced. I can't cast that yet.
Ooh. Got old Jang Thrace, the Protector. That's a cool sword. Be crazy if I rolled need.
I don't have a target.
Did you, okay, going back to BFA, so you didn't like Druid, but overall, did you like BFA? Because I think that'd be interesting to talk about.
By the light of the moon.
Alrighty, we got a level from that. My Hearthstone is really far away, so we're going to try to run through all this. Dual crits I did. That's when I played it the most. I was really enjoying Druid during Dragonflight. But in Dragonflight, I started off maining a Shadow Priest, and then I switched to my Mage. And then I did a little bit of Holy Paladin as well. But no, I think a lot of the new forms are sick. I'm kinda with Zoe though, like if you could like, this won't happen, but if you could like mega customize your spells, I would love it if like as a Feral Druid or a Guardian Druid, it's like you had a spear or a hammer and you're fighting with that, and then you could do like Thrash or Rip or whatever, and then for that cast you would either like your arm would turn into like a cat or a bear arm and you would slash them, or you completely turn into a cat like for the spell animation, and then you go back to like fighting with the weapon. That was Legion when you could get the legendary weapons. The class identity in Legion was top tier. Like, no matter what you played, they did such a good job at making you feel really important. Oh, you've only played MOP and BFA? Dang. I wish you had played Dragonflight. Because as far as, like, retail WoW, I personally thought Dragonflight was a masterpiece. I think... Oh boy. Hello. I'm gonna resist my spells like that. Alright. Time to go crazy. Dragonflight, I thought the classes felt great. All of the raids, in my opinion, were very fun. And the storyline, like the things that we were facing, it didn't get too cosmic. And that's like my biggest problem with moments of post-classic WoW. Like when it starts to mix like sci-fi and space and all that stuff, I like that in Star Wars. I don't like that in WoW. I like it when it's a little more contained to Azeroth. Dashra. I'm going to do this quest out here really quick, but I will list our group. Dungeon, Zul'Farrak. I'll list myself as a healer to see if we can expedite this. What was the alliance race that got druids when horde trolls turned to druids? Cool Tyrans, I believe. I'm trying to think. I think it's still only night elves. Oh, no. It was the Worgen. Worgen got it when trolls could turn into druids. And then when Cool Tyrans came out, they also got druid. Man, this is a long run. Which, I think the Cool Tyran druid forms are pretty cool, where it's like the Wicker Beast. I still think Night Elves are the coolest. But you can tell there is a lot of love for druids from Blizzard. Worgens have been talked about in Classic Plus. I have heard about High Elves and Blood Elves. To be fair, like from Warcraft 3, like I thought that Kael'thas was my favorite hero, and I thought that the High Elf Mage Priest, I think is what they were called, is something like that. They were pretty much priest. Were some of the coolest units. But I have always... The reason that I played Horde briefly was for how much I loved the High Elves and Blood Elves. And I also thought that the Blood Knight lore, because I played a Paladin for a while, I thought the Blood Knight lore was really cool. In the way that I understood it, which could be... I could be a little mistaken. So correct me if I'm wrong if you guys are like deep into the WoW lore. But they were like so proficient at magic that they basically took... Because I don't think they were like blessed by the light at that time. So they took like the results of what happens when you are blessed by the light, and they essentially said, we're going to make a synthetic magic form of it. So like when they used that synthetic magic, it was like painful for them. And it's like that's such a creative magic system, I guess.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Troll does have druid mage shaman. I never thought of that.
That's still recharging.
That would be a wild combo. Idol of the Raging Shambler. Oh. The Laden Dew Gland is what I need.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
It's a punctured dew gland. That's close. But not quite.
I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. Can't cast that yet.
Have you, dual crits, have you always triple boxed? Or did you just start doing that at a certain point?
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Heart of the Wild. Started around 2019 Classic. Nice.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Oh. Got all accounts to flip towers on PvP realms. Nice.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Has anybody on here played Guild Wars 2? Wait, if you were to play WoW again, you think you would go Hunter? That's a great choice. Would you play retail, or some form of classic, Zoe?
That's still recharging.
I've thought about, so long story short, next week is going to be a weird streaming week for me because our tour schedule is a little unique. So I'll be streaming on Monday and Thursday of next week. But again, the following week I'm completely off. So on that week I do want to, at least on like 2 days, I don't know what days yet, might do some hopping around. Paul Turek. But I've thought about trying Guild Wars in that time. I've played a little bit.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't
I played a lot of Guild Wars 1 when I was young, but I don't remember a lot of it. And I have Guild Wars 2, and I played it when it first came out. But I never got to, like, max level or anything. But, per our PvP conundrum, I have heard that it has some fun PvP. Wait, original Guild Wars is on mobile? Is that new? Zoe, you would choose retail? Hunter and retail is really cool right now. They changed survival to a completely melee spec. They did that in Legion, so it was probably like that already when you played BFA. But they refined it again to where it's not solely like the spear fantasy. Like you can use dual wielding two-handers, whatever. Yes, in Season of Discovery, melee hunters are nuts. I have one in the 30s, and he is a lot of fun. PvP system's okay, but there's no reward system, so you just play for ranking. Oh dang, this guy's level 50. Yeah, I think the world PvP would be really cool. I like, if it's just for ranking though, Guzu's playing a ranged hunter. Oh, I'll have to check his stream out. If there is ranking, that's kind of appealing because like for WoW PvP, the rewards are only brief. I feel like the PvP starts when you have full conquest gear. So does it feel like WoW PvP post full conquest? That might be a bad perspective, but that's just how I've always looked at it. Zerg meta, so the bigger group wins. I think the regions are easier to select. I'll look into that. Don't hop on anything yet, just in case that's not the move. But where in the world? Okay, root shaper. These guys don't have it. Feels like classic WoW PvP you rank up. I think that's cool.
That spell is ready. That's still recharging.
Wild Growth PvP Discord with planned PvP events. Yo, you care to link that in my Discord? So I remember to check that out later. That would be awesome.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. Pass that.
The dew collectors is what I need to be killing. Okay. Root Shaper. You like Hunter because you can have pets. So many cool looking pets. It's funny, that's my reservation with Hunter. Whenever they added Lone Wolf, I always played Lone Wolf Marksman. Dual Crits, I just linked the Discord, so if you're not in it, please join. And that's for anybody. If you're not in my Discord, there's the link. And that's actually the best way to keep up with everything, because that is where I post all my updates. And I will sometimes... It really... If you've been here for a while, you know that it's a little inconsistent, but if I can, depending on like the vibe of the day and the cell service and all that stuff, I will sometimes live stream our sound checks out on the road. But it'll be in Discord when I post like times and stuff for that. Would I mind playing EU and Guild Wars 2? No, I mean, if the connection's good. And if I don't have to buy a separate game, then no, I'll totally do it. Lone Wolf was a talent that they added, I can't remember when, but you basically, you get a small buff and you have no pet. But they made that just an option. With what you just said with liking pets, you would hate Lone Wolf, so don't do that. It's free, you're just stuck for 7 days on that server. Huh, I wonder why they did that. That's cool. And it's just mega servers, right? So it's like NA or EU. Do collectors come forth? There you are.
Too far away.
Oh. Fill up the party with what? We gotta wait for more people.
That smell isn't ready yet.
Daily reset's not for another 5 minutes. So my theory, not that it'll instantly happen, but I think our chances will get higher after that. Nope. Oh my gosh. No. Not like this. No! Should have fought him. You can run the dungeon. It depends on how many people have rushed it, but you can enter an instance 5 times per hour. Oh, sorry, I didn't have my thumb up there. For a second, it looked like, pick 3, my lord. Oh, heck yeah. Was that the job that you were going for where you're trying to... You said you had a few prospects, I think, this week or last week. This ghostly atmosphere is making me look very ghostly. AI Application Security Analyst. That's cool. So is that more... My experience in that world is pretty limited. I did actually take a coding boot camp at one point in time and taught said boot camp afterwards, but it was only like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So in my ignorance, I am asking, is that more like AI, cybersecurity, or both? Or neither? So you tell the dev teams how to build out their AI work in a more secure way. Sweet. I mean, that makes sense in a broad way. Either way, congratulations. That's really cool. For all you guys that have a bit more Guild Wars 2 experience than I do, it seems like when they did their big announcement a couple weeks ago, they, like, whether it's been developing or not, it seems like they were pushing Guild Wars 1 again, pushing a roadmap for Guild Wars 2, and pushing Guild Wars 3 while saying that they want to keep all of them running. Is that accurate? Let's see. Yeah, you see all these AI plugins, and we get to vet the AI parts and work with vendors and developers. That's pretty cool. I think it's cool, at least I know. And I hope that you think it's cool, because it sounds cool when you talk about it. Let's see. Who all's on in guild right now? Ooh, another warrior. It's so crazy how big these zones are, especially with a 60% speed ground mount. You like Guild Wars 2 for the graphics, but the actual feel of the roles being more weapon-based rather than class you didn't care for. I get that. That was a little bit of my beef with Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I definitely am one who prefers the class to be the most important thing when it comes to playstyle. And for weapons to be stat sticks, totally cool with that. You want to feel the RPG of the role and class you're playing rather than, oh, I found a staff, now I'm a caster. 1000% agreed. And I think for me, even in like thinking about messing with Guild Wars in a couple weeks, I think as long as I can find and stick to a weapon that makes sense in my head would be the move. Because I really... I feel like I bash on ESO a lot, and I don't mean to, because there are a lot of concepts in that game that I think are the best of the best. But I get decision paralysis when I play that, and it takes me out of the fantasy when, like, I remember at one point I played like a, I don't know, it was like I made some sort of tank, and my thing was
Keep it real.
sword and shield, and then frost staff on the back bar, because I guess it's defensive, and I'm like, how am I gonna go between those two? Like, that doesn't make sense. You want to hit 60 and start doing my weekly quests. It's just a fast turn-in quest. Heck yeah. I don't think I'm hitting level 50 today. I went a little slower this week than my initial ambition, but I do think the road
Welcome
to 60 is on the horizon.
Yeah, what do you want? Pleasure doing business with ya.
Do a long Mara quest run. That sounds like a blast, honestly. I need to go to Desolus then.
Talk to me.
It'll come out at 50. The trinket is cool, and the staff for Princess Farm.
Yo.
So I can.
Time is money, friend.
I'm on level to do that like now, right? Or soon.
They can't join our group.
Hey, group.
Keep it real.
There we go. Let's see, I'm in range to do the Ashenvale dailies too, guaranteed like 2 levels. It's like 20 dailies all next to each other. Is that the Twilight Incursions? Sweet. Alright, now I gotta change all my runes back, because I think I am healing this time. And by think I'm healing, I definitely am. Hopping on doing those on Sunday, nice. I was trying to work with my mouse over macros earlier, and I think I got it figured out, but I never finished setting them up. Effervescence. Hands for wild growth, yep. Just throw this down here real quick. Paige, how's it going? Good to see you. We're about to run a dungeon. Activate this, and then I think... Right. Okay. Let's see. I think I needed to add that to make it work. Beautiful. And then I needed to make one for rejuvenation or regrowth. All that RG. Copy and paste that right there. Hit them with the old shift click and put the little brackets. Bada bing, bada boom. Need to do one for Nourish as well. Oh. And there we go. I think we're in good shape. Let's see, grab the guy some arrows. How many? I actually really don't like tree form. Like, you have to use it and it forces you to only heal. Why give me a mana free wrath? Now I get tree form and can't cast it. Balance resto ability, you can keep the tank up with a few hots and occasional wild growth and still AoE spam. Nourish isn't needed, no tree form, no deep swift men. That actually sounds really cool. Let's definitely pin that idea, and I want to look at that after this run, because I have heard that, like, the old whatchamacallit, wow, words are hard to come by today. Wild growth is exceptionally powerful. Starting a 2-week vacation this week.
Hurry back!
Where's your vacation, if you don't mind me asking? And we have a weird schedule, so we're leaving tonight to play one show, and then we come back for a day and a half, leave again, play one show, come back a day and a half, leave again, play 2 shows, and then we're off for a week vacation. Okay, Nourish isn't needed. Alright. Let's look at this again. So you're saying, let me scroll back up here. Lots of disc golf, Magic the Gathering, and swimming. That sounds fun. on Disc Golf's family. Can't throw it more than like 30 yards. I don't even... I've played disc golf like once or twice and I am garbage. I'm just there for the hangs. Free Wrath Rune. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. What does Living Seed even do? Okay. And then it's Tree Form. Dang, you think no Tree Form? In Finland, it's mandatory to take at least 2 weeks? Dang. It's like a crime to take 2 weeks here. No point to run Tree Form. Even for like the spell reduction cost and the spirit. Oh. Yeah, I guess if I am going this Wrath build, then there really is no point. Alright, so I guess I will switch this back to Starfall. Okay, so let me change some things around. Do something like that, and then I need to find a spot for Wrath to sit. I guess I'll put it on 5. Eclipse and Furious Storm Rage. Alright. I'm doing this for you, dual crits. It sounds like a great idea. We'll see if I butcher it or not. Life Bloom, when I just swapped the runes and ran Nomergon the other day, and Life Bloom did a ton of healing by itself. Oh wait, and you said Nourish was useless too, right? Where's Nourish at? On my belt. Yes, we're still on Season of Discovery. So do you go Eclipse on Waste instead of Nourish? Okay. So we'll get Nourish out of here. Do you ever use Regrowth? Or not so much? Dang, it's Life Bloom or Star Surge. I was hoping I could sneak a little Star Surge in there, but probably best to not. Oh, I never got this guy arrows. Dang hunters. Where is the Arrow Man? It's tailoring supplies, alchemy supplies.
I
Armor.
got
Gunsmith?
Got
Do
the
you
best
happen to
deals
sell
anywhere.
arrows? Nope. Arrow Man. Loon's Fury buffs both. You'll pop them with a regrowth that extends rejuvenation. Okay, so do I need to be doing a max rank regrowth then, or just hit him with a rank 1 to get the benefit of it? I have max. So Lynch Fury, yeah, I'm not running Starfire or Sunfire. Where are those? Oh, right. Would I want Elune Spires over Efflorescence, though? You downrank 2 times. That's not a bad idea. I am on a down rank that regrowth twice. I like that plan. Dasher next to the bowman. I see the gunman. Dashra, can you tank?
Talk to me. What's up? Ah, potential customer. Hurry back.
We'll just see what happens. I mean, there's not even a DPS to fill right now. Yes, I do have Dream State on my boots.
Hey, how you doing?
Dang, dual crit, you're about to give me like the S tier build. You're gonna force me to get weak auras, aren't you? That's what this is leading up to. Let me run to the dungeon, we'll double check everything. Inside a tree form. Ooh, yeah, that costs a chunk. So basically, save wild growth in case literally everyone's getting hit, and just life bloom and rejuve. Morning, Tiger. How's it going? I have a, a rank 1 insect swarm. We are saved. Doing great, Tiger. Just running some dungeons this morning. And then school starts for my wife in a couple weeks, so we're gonna go set up her classroom this afternoon, and then I'm gonna hit the road this evening for one show tomorrow, and then I'll be back on Sunday. Hot up tank, cast AoE, that's the whole thing. If he needs it, hit him with a regrowth and wrath spam. Hopefully I don't need a wild growth cast. His pet name and his guild name goes crazy.
I can't cast that yet.
So dual crits, my filler is literally just casting Wrath.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
I'm glad the macros are working. Ah, okay, that makes sense.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I need to get closer.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really fun spec when we get going. That right there. Dasher, it might be... I can ask this warrior if he can tank, and then we'll be 3 warriors. Dasher is a great tank. There is a warrior that is willing to try tanking. Because Dashra doesn't want to, and I respect that. So we'll test this guy that we don't know yet. And then if this goes bad, then Dashra can take. It's funny, back in the day of like late TBC and Wrath of the Lich King, I loved tanking. And that's all I did. And now I'm just like, it's not as fun. That or I just changed. To be fair, though, in Wrath of the Lich King, I feel like if you played a Paladin, you just, like, Avenger Shield, Consecrate, go AFK and Doom Scroll, and then come back and everything's dead. Oh. That's loud. Dual crits. Is Insect Swarm even worth ranking up, or do you just get this so you can get Gift of Nature? Dashra, I believe in you. And it's also, like, it's also great because if you die, I won't feel as bad about it. Kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke. Always forget I have Tranquility. What's the female Conan the Barbarian? I know about She-Ra, but what's the counterpart to He-Man? Where is nature's oh wait, that's balance. Doi. Put this here, that there, and that over there. All these melee and the druid's not feral. Sad. Okay, yeah, is there a crazy build that's like feral and resto? What is Wild Strikes on? Because if I wasn't losing anything crazy, that could actually be pretty cool, but I feel like that's gonna be a big sacrifice. Wait, where is it? chest. Do I not have it? Wild strikes. Yeah, wait a second. It's from... I think it's from an idol that I haven't done. Speaking of which, heal 10 different beasts. I don't think this is gonna count with them being at full health. I'll do that in the dungeon. The funny thing is, my other druid that's level 53 is feral. And definitely has that. Alright, I'll be right back 1 second. All right. What'd I miss? Gotta run around towns looking for hunter pets to heal. Hopefully this guy's hunter pet gets a little hurt.
Can't pass that yet.
Then that'll fix all my problems. Out of range? No, you're not.
That's enough. Can't pass that yet.
Ooh, fine frost oil. Okay. As you wish. Ooh, the carrot on stick will be nice. Anyone got him out? I don't think so. You know, I have never done that quest. And every time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it this time. No, I never do. Probably won't do it this time either. Does it start in Hinterlands? You've never done it either. Just waiting on Paul. Oh, he's almost here. Most excellent. Dasher, you're gonna do just fine. There will be some larger group pools. That's essentially the tricky part, I suppose. So you might be fighting for aggro. A mushroom. Head to the... Oh, I have to go to the Hinterlands anyways to get my noggin fogger. Go Hamski's best advice. Is there an alliance version of Zug? I think we just steal from the Horde. And we Zug as the Orc do.
We need to get closer.
I'm even gonna buff the pet. Alright, here we go. Everybody scared?
That's still recharging.
If I can top DPS, yeah, I'm off to a great start. Just wait, let me cook, let me get a big group.
I can't cast that yet.
I'm gonna need more than 3.
I don't have a target.
I reckon you're right.
Spell isn't ready yet.
Dang. Bion's going nuts. Come on. Oh.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
I'm not gonna do it here.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I'm out of range.
Grats, Dashra. I'll be up there in a minute. Y'all got this.
Can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Oh, I have a friend.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Beautiful, beautiful. Dang, all these range guys.
I need a target. That's still recharging.
Yes, I'm spec'd into healing. Is that not the move? Or do you run this as balance?
That spell isn't ready.
I'll hit you with that, and then I'll hit him with this. Ah, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I am still full resto at the moment. Yeah, if this works in balance, I can definitely see where it would be powerful. It would almost need to, because I wouldn't want Boomkin either, right?
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell is ready. That's still recharging.
Yeah, so I would need to, if I wanted to do this proper, I would need to change my my DPS spec too, because both of them are just full in resto and balance.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
I like the idea of it so far. Definitely having to drink a lot more than I'm used to. Like, it would be awesome to have a mage in the group.
That's still recharging.
Oh.
I can't cast that yet.
It would be really cool if
I can't cast that yet.
if you could cast Wrath in tree form. I feel like this would be an absolutely unstoppable spec if that was the case.
That spell isn't ready yet.
The group is moving fast. I didn't notice from the last run because I was DPS last run, so I definitely wasn't paying attention.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Where's Tashra? I'm gonna give you a little square so I can run to you whenever I pull.
I can't cast that yet. I need to target something.
Alright, here we go.
That spell isn't ready.
Get a little silly, climb those charts. Arms Warrior seems like it is, at least at this level,
That's still recharging.
bumping.
Can't cast that yet.
Ah. Let's see. Oh, what you got, bro? Oh, Lord Alexander's battle. Oh, he's level 52. That makes sense. Anticipate the life bloom ending.
That spell is
Oh, wait.
that's still recharging.
Oh, shoot. Yep, he's dead. Sorry.
That's still recharging.
Don't heal what's about to get healed. Does life bloom? Oh, yeah, I didn't realize there was a big heal at the end of it. That's nice. I was just using it as a pot.
It's too far away.
Paul, where'd you die, brother? No wonder I couldn't heal you. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize it worked like that. I didn't read the whole thing. To be fair, I haven't even touched Rusto. Except for when we were doing Nomergon. Whatever that last run was.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
Do you run a broad ski? Came here from the shore, just posted. Have a good stream. Dude, thank you. And welcome. And thanks for watching the short. That's awesome.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, Brodsky, feel free to join the Discord. That's where most of my updates are.
I can't cast that yet.
Either way, I'm glad you're here. Dang.
That's still recharging.
Two guns, bro. Oh wait, he feigned death. I'm stupid.
That spell isn't ready.
He tricked me.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Definitely gonna need some Wada after this.
That spell isn't ready. Can't cast that That spell isn't ready yet. I need to target something.
Dang, what an epic battle this is. Okay, yeah, I just watched that Life Bloom heal. That was pretty huge. Lifeblood amulet. That's nice. Crap, why am I in combat? This guy.
Out of range.
Alright, Dasher, give me a second. Let me mana up. Alright, we're good.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
If you don't have a death here, you're ain't going fast enough. I like that philosophy.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Don't tell Dasher, he'll kill us all.
I don't have a target.
Heard it all. Crap, we're doomed. It's the end. Alright, so yeah, you just click on these.
That spell isn't ready.
And hopefully save your poor healer.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Nice.
That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. I need to target something.
Not a mana, good luck. Have fun, everyone.
That's still recharging. That's that yet.
That was a little scary. I rolled 100? No way. We can do this in 10 minutes. If they make... Okay. When Sod came out, Thunderclap was useless. Apparently, it came back. Ooh.
That's still recharging. That smell is ready. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
That would go pretty crazy.
I can't cast that yet.
Alright, Dashro, we're basically going to the top of the Apocalypto scene.
That smell is ready. I can't cast that yet.
The best way I can describe that.
That smell is ready. That's still recharging. That smell isn't ready yet.
I think Dashra's gonna warrior main no matter what.
Need a target.
Or Hunter, right? Isn't that what you're between for Classic Plus? Upright and Retail and Shaman. Oh yeah, I forgot you like Shaman.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That smell isn't ready. Can't cast that yet.
Probably healer main, Shaman Dwarf, but maybe Ret Pally.
That's still recharging.
I can see myself either going... I'm probably gonna go like Hunter Mage or Druid.
I don't have a target. I need a target.
But I also might... I don't know what I'll do.
Let the execution
I will have alts.
begin.
For sure. And I do think at some point I am going to run Warrior and Classic Plus just because I really like Warrior, but I don't have a lot of playtime in Warrior. And they're hailed as one of the funnest classes, and I'm like, dang. All these years I've really missed out on it.
Fantastic.
What's up, Hollywood? We are on Wild Growth, North America, on Season of Discovery.
That smell is ready.
Played on Crusader Strike. Population, if you're like looking at
That's still
the server list, it says low, but there's kind of been like a resurgence of hype, so it feels better than what it says, if that makes any sense. We've been having a great time. We have a guild called the Underhill Society, and it stays pretty active. There are a few guilds on here that are doing phase locking, so like at 25, 40, or 25, 40, and 50. But we're not doing that.
I need to target someone first.
We're just letting anybody and everybody in. Yes, bring your paladin over.
I don't have a target.
That'd be awesome. They can only track active raiders, so all the new leveling up. Oh, I didn't know that's how that worked. That makes a lot of sense, though. So is that population then, when you say active raiders, is that on like boss kills that they rank that on? Or instance entrance?
I need to target someone.
It's like a community event. Got interested in SOD again. Don't want to activate your sub and no one's playing SOD. I think like if you're thinking about it, right, I would say at the very least right now until BlizzCon is a very safe time to play Season of Discovery. After BlizzCon, I could see it either getting more hype or the hype moving elsewhere, depending on like what they announce and what they say. I could be wrong on that, but that's just my guesses. When you Google population, they're looking at Warcraft logs. Gotcha. I gotcha.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
But yeah, Hollywood, if you do hop on here,
That's still recharging. I can't cast that.
hit me up, let me know. Join the guild.
That spell isn't ready.
And if you want to keep up with what we're doing, there's my Discord. Next week is a little bit of a weird streaming week for me. My day job, night job, weekend job, whatever you want to call it. I'm a touring musician, so most of the time we play shows on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. However, next week is a little all over the place, and typically I stream on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But regardless, what I'm getting at is Discord is the best place to keep up with all that stuff. Dual crits, I think I definitely have some mana management to figure out
That's still
on here. I know, just definitely hit wild growth, but
That's still recharging.
lordy. Oh, bro, I need to remap Innervate because I always forget I even have it. Yeah, if I zero out on mana again, I definitely will. Literally one of the most unique and best skills in my toolkit, and I'm like, oh yeah. Yo. I need that. The Jinx to-do skin? Hold up. I still have level 24 and 25 gear on. I'm the only one, baby. That's right. Today we don't mid-max, we min-max today. Alright, Dashra. We're gonna run up this little hill. And I think unless we have the mallet, this is technically the last boss. Is that correct?
That's still recharging. I can't cast that. That's still recharging.
Only invited hunters and rogues because you never needed the agility gear.
That smell isn't getting in.
It's smart. When the options are aplenty, I do the same.
Cast that again.
Hollywood, we are all over the states. And it could literally be it could literally be one coast one weekend and then the opposite coast the next weekend. But right now we're in the middle of summer. We're in that fair and festival season, so there's a lot more Midwest stuff until about September. Where did these little guys come from? He said healer's getting mopped. I'm just fine.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
You're going to see Sublime next week at a local venue. Dude, that's sick. The band YouTube. So the artist I play for, his name's Dylan Scott. He's on Spotify and YouTube and all the things. Dang, why am I stuck in combat?
This desert be mine.
That's still recharging.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna hope for the best.
The Sand Fury reigns supreme. Feel the fury.
Yeah, that's exciting. It's still... It's Sublime with Rome, right?
That smells ready.
Yeah, dual crits. I play country music.
That's still recharging.
They had to rename the band, do the legal stuff when the lead singer died. Dashra, do you not need this axe? I think the blade's better. Gotcha. Oh yeah, we go all over the place. Anywhere, I mean, we've done all mainland states in the US, and we'll dip over into Canada. But we haven't done Hawaii, Alaska, or anywhere else in the world. But we stay busy, that's for sure. It's a fun time. And I think tonight, I think we're going to Iowa. I think we go to Iowa tonight. So we'll play that tomorrow, come home on Sunday. And then Monday night leave, and then I think we're going to upstate New York. Then we come back home after that. And then when we leave again, we'll play 2 shows, and I cannot remember where they're at right now. I'll have to look. Okay. Still got somebody in the instance. Let's see. Yes, we'll do Iowa, New York, and then Iowa again, and then Illinois. Is the rotation over the next week. So I work for the singer himself. I've never done it, but there are some musicians out there that might be tied with a label, and they could go out and play for the different artists on that label. But no, Dylan's my employer. And I mean, invite the DPS. Ooh. Oh, bro, there's a healer. Let's see. That guy's AFK. It's probably going to be 2 paladins. How did I find him? So, hang on. So, years ago, I grew up in Kentucky, and his original drummer and bass player were from the town, like right next to my hometown. Hold up. Sorry, multitasking, brain's not working. And anyways, we were friends, and when I moved to Nashville, I just kind of threw out the, hey, if you ever need a drum tech, let me know. Turns out they needed a drum tech, so I did that for a couple years. Came off the road for a little while, and during that time, my best friend also started working for Dylan and became tour manager and guitar player. And long story short, I came back on the road, and at the time that I was wanting to do that, the original drummer and bass player had quit, so it was the perfect time to hop in. You needed a drummer, and that's the very short version. Can I stop with all the plate, guys? Can't help it. Yeah, he's a great dude. Dual crits. Really good camp. But yeah, that's like the 1,000-mile-per-hour telling of the tale. I teched for him for 2 years, and this is, now as his drummer, this is my 4th year drumming for him. And I love it. And the schedule's really good. So what's common in country music is the weekend warrior schedule, and essentially it's what I've explained to you guys. Like on a normal week, even though obviously next week's not normal, we will meet up on Wednesday at midnight, get on the buses, leave, play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back home Sunday, and then we're like home Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, usually. They took the videos off. God took it from YouTube. Whatever, bro. Am I in any videos? The music video I'm in is called Country Till I Die. And then, if there's any live videos from 2023 and beyond, I know there's a few, then I'm in those. But also, if you want to follow that, my catch-all, I'm not the best at posting, but I am trying to post more on my Instagram. But that's just kind of like a, again, my catch-all space. But I will link you the video And there you go. And that video was actually a lot of fun. We ended up not using it, but we were gonna do like a slow motion shot on the drums. And to make it work cleanly, I had to play the song at like double the speed, which was in itself was like a lot of fun because we poured water all over the kit and me and tried to add some like splash effects and whatever. Also, this was in the winter when we shot that video, so that was freezing cold. But yeah, we basically turned that song into like punk rock thrash metal for a few shots, and I got soaking wet. We didn't use it, but we still have videos of that saved somewhere in the vault. It was still a lot of fun. Like by association famous? No, I wouldn't say that. Oh dang, Verdum is in Ironforge. You can only name one country song, Country Roads. There you go. That's a good one to know, Zoe. I mean, to be fair, I feel like most of us band guys listen to a lot more like rock and pop than anything else, but country these days, the lines on genres are so blurred that you can kind of, there's a lot of stuff that works that we try to blend together on the live shows, which I think is a lot of fun. Because if you were to like listen to some of the recordings, and if you were to come to the show, it's the song itself is a completely different experience because we'll rearrange stuff quite a bit. You like a lot of country, mostly Zach Brown Band, Darius Rucker, nice. You love country, you'd be super pumped to come see us. Well, dude, yeah, if we are around wherever you live, message me and let me know. This year, I mean, we're only like technically halfway through the year, but it's starting to get into the slower season because we'll do some things in November and then we'll be off for December. But I've heard that we're potentially starting a little earlier in January of next year, but I don't know where yet. You like the older country stuff? We do have a section to where we cover that 90s era. Dashra, I'm wanting to hop off. The idea was to hop off at 12, but I'll finish this dungeon before I hop off. You're in the same town as Hannah Harper, who just won American Idol. Hannah Harper. No way, we just... Where... We just played in that state twice. And I wonder if we were close by. I don't think, no. We weren't close by. We were in like the opposite corners. We played Hannibal and Kansas City. Oh, hello. In East Oslo, like Norway? That's always been something I'm curious about, because bucket list item, I would love to do a tour or at least like play a show in Europe. But I see there's a handful of country artists going over there, but it's not like everybody's doing it, so it seems to be received well, but I don't know like where it sits as a genre. Like I genuinely just have no idea. I know it's big in Australia. Norway seems cool. That's on the list of places I would love to visit. Australia is awesome. You went to Sydney, good food, and a good place to party. Yeah, I'd love to visit Australia too. Of course, the one thing that like today as this moment, or at this moment, that's preventing me, well, other than schedule, I can't just like go over there. But we literally from like the end of May to the beginning of July just flew and flew and flew back and forth to the West Coast, and I need a little bit of an airplane break. And I know I've also never flown as long as the flight is to Australia. The furthest I've been is England, Scotland, and Spain, and all those are, if I remember right, just like 7 or 8 hours. That's a whole different beast. But same time, when you say good food, I will go anywhere for that. Flight to Australia, but yeah, I've heard. I've not done it, but I've heard. So you said you're going to see Sublime soon. Question for everybody in here. Do you have any shows coming up that you're going to go see, or what have been some of your favorites? It's a very broad question. Going to see CeCe Winans, gospel singer, your wife's favorite. That's awesome. I think, so we have some guys on crew, our monitor guys, so the guy that makes sure our in-ear mix sounds awesome. He has a CCM background and has maybe worked with CeCe Winans, at least on a tour.
That smells ready in. Slowly charging.
I'll have to ask. Haven't been to many concerts. First concert was the Black Crowes, nice, and recently went to see. Oh, that's what that stands for. Had no idea. Always called them OR or OAR. Only been to one concert before you're 15. It was Swedish House Mafia. Nice. Been to a lot of music festivals. Okay, well, what's been your favorite music festival and who headlined it? Coolest concert for you was Kid Rock. Nice. When did you see him? Like, back in the day or recently? Eight or 9 years ago? Nice. Most of them are local bands you never heard of. You grew up in North Carolina, so Charlotte and Raleigh area. Nice. We've played in North Carolina quite a bit, but it's been in random places. We played a military base for 4th of July, and I think we're actually going back to North Carolina, but when I looked on the map, I can't remember the name of the town off the top of my head, but it was like right across the Tennessee border from like Gatlinburg or Knoxville. I guess that's all the same area. Whoa, hold up. I just realized this warrior was in our guild. I'm a terrible guild leader. Yes, you are. You gotta keep me humble, Dashra. I'll become too powerful. Never while I'm alive.
I need to get closer.
Alright, let's roll. Oh no, where's Beyond? Worst case, we can totally start clearing. Gavin DeGraw opened for OAR. Never heard of him, but his cool wife was excited to see him. Very nice.
That's still recharging.
Are there... Okay, so follow-up question on that.
That's now already.
Is there like a bucket list artist that you guys would like to see that you haven't? And I'll open up that question even more. They don't have to be alive or actively touring, but they can be. You guess me. Well, we're definitely actively touring, so just keep an eye out on the schedule, because I do not see it slowing down.
That's still recharging. I need to target something first. Can't pass that yet. That's now
Green Day and Weezer probably top. Would have loved to have seen Queen.
That's still
Yes to all those.
I don't have a target.
Especially Queen, that would have been Awesome. I think my top two right now are a little weird, but it's more because
That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
I guess they're harder to see. I would love to see Radiohead. That's probably my top. And to experience it, just like the production and everything, I would love to see Rammstein.
Cast that yet. That's still recharging. I need to target something first.
Woodstock might have been fun. It might have been fun, but Woodstock, way too muddy. Way too muddy for me.
That spell.
You've seen Rammstein? Okay, how was it? Yeah, Hollywood, like, Radiohead seriously is probably top.
That spell isn't ready.
A lot. Fire effects. It's crazy. So we don't travel with pyro because, like, to do pyro at a show, that's like a whole position. You have to have somebody that's like licensed and qualified to run that, and then it's a whole thing with like the fire department and all that stuff. But we did play, it was like this private show 2 years ago, and the buyer supplied pyro, so that was my first time ever being around it, and they had it like up on a tower high above my head. It was crazy how hot it was, even like not being very close to me, but when that thing shot, it just felt like my back lit up. It kind of scared me. And it's like Rammstein's literally shooting it from their faces. Which is just nuts. If you want special effects, like, yeah, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I've heard that they're really good live too. So Metallica was not my first concert, but that is the first concert that I, like, asked to go to, and it was awesome. I was a freshman in high school, and they played at Bridgestone in Nashville. It was for the Death Magnetic tour. Also, I know it's all the hype right now, like with the movie just coming out, but I would have loved to have seen Michael Jackson.
That's still recharging.
That would have been an absolutely insane show.
That spell isn't ready.
Yeah, Metallica was sick, and I think, let's see who it was. Lamb of God was direct support, and Gojira
Can't cast that yet.
opened the show, and they were both awesome as well.
Not enough mana. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. Can't cast that yet. That's I need to target something first.
I think the loudest show I've been to was Muse. I saw Muse in 30 Seconds to Mars with my mom, actually.
That's still recharging.
That was an insane show. And I think Paris opened up for them. Which I haven't heard Paris in years. I don't know if they're still doing stuff or not. Now, the tightest band I've ever seen was Chic. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Bruno Mars is up there, but Chic is like on a completely different level, in my opinion.
That's still recharging.
So if you, they tour with Duran Duran a lot. So if you ever have the opportunity to see Duran Duran and Chic, like, absolutely go.
I can't cast that yet. I need to target something. I can't cast that yet. I don't have a target. That spell is ready. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell is ready.
Yeah, they did druids pretty well inside, because I, at this point, I've messed with all 4 specs, and literally all 4 of them are fun.
It's too far away. That's still recharging.
Or well, all 3 specs, all 4 rolls.
I need a target. I can't cast that yet.
Alright, Dashro, sorry for the extra scarabs.
I need to target something.
You made druid when Sod came out, heck yeah.
That spell is That's still recharging.
I've played a bit of druid in general, but regretfully, I didn't really start messing with druid until maybe like Legion, and I wish I had played it sooner, because I think it's a very cool class. You like a simple swipe spam druid tank? Yeah. It's nice. You feel powerful, you get the bleeds out. Hit a few defensives. You've mained a shaman since vanilla. Nice. The only time, like, I've hit shaman a bit over the years. The only time I seriously played shaman was as Resto in Ice Crown Citadel. Somebody said the sand is so bright. And yeah, I feel like being in Tenaris all day, like on the webcam, my face is just glowing from it. Didn't care for Cap much in the power shifting. Yeah, I definitely think balance is the coolest of the specs. But man, I can't wait to get the translucent form and not have to be a boomkin.
I don't have a target.
Alright. Here we go.
That's still recharging. I need to target something first. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Dang, that was a big crit.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell
Dual
isn't
crits, how did you land on Shaman? Was it because of like Warcraft 3, or did you just think it sounded cool and you're like, yeah, I'm going for it? Friend said play Priest, which was your first ever tune. I do love Priest. In Midnight, I was actually maining Priest.
That's still recharging.
Especially the changes they did to Discipline. We're feeling pretty good. Then you thought of playing like a big axe-wielding spellcaster. You just loved it a lot. Hollywood, I'm with you. I honestly think in retail, the classes, I love the way the classes feel. But I'm either like, there's too much stuff on the screen, and in terms of like things to do, but none of the things to do are compelling. So I'll like log on and be like, alright, I'm gonna do it. And then it's like, welcome back, adventure. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Too much. Empty and hollow is a good way to put it.
That's still recharging.
Here we go. Let's let chaos reign. This AoE damage is unhinged, and I love it.
That spell. That's still recharging.
Love level am I? 46, about to hit 47? Dang. 3 levels today, I think. I didn't know we were running that hard.
Ah, sands consume you.
That spell is ready. That's still recharging. Can't cast that yet. That spell is That's still recharging. That spell.
No. Ding. I have to time myself a bit. Healer who does DPS the easiest way to make fast groups is by Shaman healers or Abyss. Dang it, watch this is gonna make me play side. Let's go. PAX Day, okay. How is the population on PAX Day? I've only played... I have it. And I thought the concept was really cool, but I haven't played a whole lot of it. On the builder games, I usually really like the game and the adventuring, but I don't want to build. And dude, in PAX Day, there are some architects. But I will say, the sod Kool-Aid is very good. If you're feeling it. I'm not going to say the hype will last forever, but in this era of pre-Classic Plus, I think now is probably the best time. And I shall perish. Just kidding.
I don't have a target. That's
Pop is kind of low. There's a few guilds on the Selene server. Community is awesome though. One of the most beautiful games you've ever played. It is a very pretty game, that's for sure. Devs are European, currently on their summer vacation, so new content's slow. If I plan on Classic Plus... Yeah, if you plan on Classic Plus, you can bet Season of Discovery is a good indicator of what they're doing. I think so too. I feel like this is the closest option we have at the moment. Just from the simple fact of it's classic with experimentation.
I can't carry it.
One sec. Alright, I'm coming. I'll be a part of the group now.
Let the executions begin.
But no, part of me has wanted to play my retail druid and at least get him to 90. But again, when I hop on there, I'm like, ugh, don't wanna. Oh wait. I think it's Helliane. Nice. Alright, Dasher, are you ready to go crazy on this thing? Do you want me to overpull and get us killed? I swear I will. Oh, we do the big pool. Alright. Let's go. Bion said no dilly-dallying. Oh, yes, Dasher, that's the energy we like. Alright, here we go. Look at all those beautiful numbers. Farewell, my friends. Come on. Alright, sweet. I'm still getting hit by this guy. That is just insane. You are second in damage, you're killing it. Oh, your shockwave is smashing.
You need something?
Hello.
See you around.
Man, I wish I had Typhoon inside. That would be sick. To have a little boop.
That's still recharging. That smell isn't ready.
Can I hit 2K again? Alright, Dasher, I want to jump down to you. Been good chatting. If you decide to hop inside, might look us up. Mostly play Horde, though. Got adulting now. Hey, Dual Crits plays Horde. So, you got somebody to play with either way. But Hollywood, thanks for hopping in today. And again, if you haven't, just to keep up with what's going on, hop in the Discord. And I will, if you're around, I will be back on Monday. Oof. See, his heli ain't gonna make it. Y'all got this. I think that's what I already have. Yeah. We got any reses? Or are we stuck in combat? Oh, perfect. There it is. Oh, Dasher, don't apologize. That was awesome. Sliced off too much ham skis. I've said this before. I really think that playing Hardcore Classic ruined me because I used to be a more like methodical and thoughtful player. But ever since playing that and being even more methodical and thoughtful, now when I've hopped into another game mode, I'm just like, send everything, don't care. If we die, we release. Worst we have is a repair bill. And it's just either, I don't know, it's made me a dangerous person to be around. I'm kidding, I'm not that dangerous. I usually just blame Dashra. I sent the res. I'll do it again. Oh. I pulled a bug, Dashra, sorry. Where's a cheaper water? I know I had one. There we go. Oh, she's got it. You're gonna send in your chicken? Let's go. The one that you got from Nomer? I can't wait. Warp thing is so Eastern Plague Lands. Okay. I mean, if that takes you near Light's Hope Chapel, I think that's some in-game stuff. That's sod specific. I could be wrong.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. I need a target. I can't cast that yet.
Oh.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
It's my last mana drink.
This desert be mine.
That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Perish Ruslu.
Still recharging. That's still recharging.
No, I missed the chicken. Crap.
The sands your
Is it just a
remains.
cooldown, or did it, like... Was that your only one?
Glory of the sands.
That's incredible. That staff honestly does insane damage.
I'm out of range. I need to target something first.
Alright, let's go to Moonglade. And train up. This is so much easier on the eyes. Yeah, so I'm gonna train and stuff before we wrap this up, but talking through all that. Again, I will... Ooh, bark skin, okay. I'll be streaming Monday and Thursday of next week, so it'll be a little weird. But the week after that, I have off, so... I'll be around much more. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing a couple experimental days just for like what games we're playing and whatnot. It'll mostly be WoW still, but I think that could be fun to mess with personally. And I think Guild Wars could be fun to try just to see what that PvP element's like on the fun factor. But they have like the way their classes work, other than the weapon choices mixed with it, there's like a lot of options, right? In terms of like masteries and whatnot. Dang, this guy looks sick. Deathbringer. The Fist of Omlock. Still, like, among some of the coolest druid armor in the game. The shoulders and helmet. Love that.
I am honored. Elu.
Well, I think that's going to be a good stopping point, though, everybody. Thank you for hanging out, chatting, gaming, all that. Be keeping an eye out on Discord next week. Because I'll be posting when I'm streaming again, even though I can tell you now that's going to be Monday and Thursday. But depending on these shows coming up, I might do a little sound check stream. But we'll see. That's always like a game day decision. But until next time, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.